Golf Central on YouTube is brought to you by the new Chrome Tour golf ball from Callaway.
How much of a transition from the courses that you normally play, was this one over the 72 holes of competition? And did you do anything different about your putting? Because today your putting was like there, and it's quite amazing.
Yeah, I think, it's been a unique test. I think I said it, at the start of the week after playing, I played 9 holes on Tuesday, and then I played the Pro-Am. I felt like the course suited me on a lot of levels. I felt like where the clubs I wanted to hit off the tee and where it would position me and how you had to play it, how you had to be strategic, a lot of short to mid irons. I felt like, if I play my game, I felt like it was a course that suited me in a way. Still got to play well. And then I thought, actually, after Thursday late on, I started to struggle with my swing. I shot 4 under on Thursday, but I didn't play very well. I scored well, but I felt like the course was making me guide it a little bit too much, and I knew that I had to go away and work on that to make sure that I swung it well, like choose the clubs and just swing, play properly, really. Don't let the course dictate how I feel and try and guide it too much. So I worked on that on Thursday night. I came out and I played great Friday. And then, going back to the putting, I actually, there was a 4-hole stretch where I missed some putts on Saturday night. Other than that, I felt like I putted amazing all week. I went and practiced it. And today, the practice paid off and I came out and I putted amazing. And I just felt like it was a good opportunity to bounce back after a tough period on Saturday evening. And I held some great putts today. I really, really did. And I felt like I putted so well. So, again, it was just another opportunity to show a good attitude. I knew that I'd left some shots out there on Saturday, but, there was still a lot to go.
Tommy, congratulations. FedEx Cup, Ryder Cup, and now this one, and now your season gets extended. You said you had to do something like win this to play the playoffs of the day. So, I'm sure you must be very happy with the season is extending and the family still has to wait for Christmas.
Yeah, we said at the start of the week, I've had such a great year, but there was a couple of things that disappointed me, and my run on the DP World Tour was one of those things. Just not being where I want to be in terms of the order of merit and things, and how I've played when I have played this tour. So that was something that was bothering me. This means a lot. This win, it means I can carry on. I can play Abu Dhabi and Dubai, and there's still opportunities left. So, I'm really looking forward to getting home and practicing and preparing for those last 2 events and seeing what we can do in those as well. So, I really wanted to qualify for those last events, and there was that sort of added pressure as well. Even today, you're trying to win the tournament, but I also know, I know that I need a good finish as well to continue that going. So, very happy that that's done, and I can look forward to the next couple of events.
Maybe a FedEx Cup DP World Double again.
That would be nice. Let's enjoy this one for now, and then we'll focus on that. But that's a nice story to hold if we can make that happen.
Okay, we're in the center here.
Hi, Tommy. Well done, and many congratulations. To start the day, you were 2 shots behind, and somewhere in between, Dan was kind of giving you a run for the money here. So when you're playing on a final day, do you have your eyes on the scoreboard once in a while? How do you keep your eyes away off it? How do you maneuver through these numbers?
Yeah, you're always watching. I would love to kind of watch them less. I speak to Robert Taylor about it a lot, but they're there, and I sort of always see them, so I'm just aware. So for me, it's like, I'll look at the scoreboards, but then I have to bring myself back to knowing that I just have to play the golf shot that's in front of me. So I sort of don't really avoid them. I saw, Dan had a good start. I think after 3 holes, I was 3 behind Cater maybe. So and people had started off fast, but it's one of those things. You never know when a run's going to come. You just have to keep playing. You have to keep focusing and not force things. Today I got my run from the 4th hole. I birdied 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, and I managed to make things happen there. And I think I actually looked at the leaderboard on 14. I was on the 14th tee, and it came up. I was leading all of a sudden on my own, and Dan had looked like he'd struggled on the 14th hole. So you never really know what's going to happen. You're not in control of what anybody else is doing, just what you're doing. So as much as I look and sort of read the situation and what's going on. I just know how important it is to bring myself back to focusing on me and dealing with my golf shot. And like I say, you can't control what anybody else does, just yourself.
Hi, Tommy. So the other day, you did a shoot for DP World Tour along with Abhishek Sharma. So that looked really fun. So what was your experience about it?
It was great. It was really nice to meet Abhi. He's a really cool guy. We hit it off instantly, and I don't know. He might say he doesn't like me, but I felt like we were new friends. But he's great. I think he's got an amazing career in front of him and an amazing future. And one of the great things about being part of DP World and being a partner, you get to meet other sports people, and you never know what you're going to learn from these guys or what relationships are going to come from it. So that was really cool.
Many congratulations, Tommy. You have been in top-notch form like FedEx Cup and then Ryder Cup. I just want to add to what. So next, India Championship next. Can you see green jacket coming for you like soon?
Well, it'd be nice. I imagine those things all the time. It's just about making it a reality. But yeah, absolutely. We've still. That's something we'll look at when this season finishes. You'll look at sort of targets and goals for the following season. I still have. I still have 2 tournaments to go. I still have things that I want to complete in those 2 tournaments that I'll strive for, and then when eventually we get that done with, we'll look towards 2026 and see what we can do. I did say the 2 things that disappointed me this year were my major performances and where I stood in the DP World Tour rankings. So those are things that I'll look at for next year. And yeah, for us all as golfers, those are the events. There's 4 events a year, those majors that mean so much, and we try and prepare for and play our best. So I'll be always trying to make my game be able to suit those.
Okay, to Joy in the front row.
Tommy, congratulations.
Thanks, Jay.
Coming to India, doing it, amazing. Tommy, 2 questions I want to ask you. One is, you're talking to Henny after the round. You mentioned something about playing around with Frank and how it was in your mind that throughout the day that you wanted to have your son come and give you that hug on the 18th hole. Can you just really explain us what went on?
Yeah, we were playing golf last week. To be honest, he never shuts up. So there's always something that's coming out of his mouth. And he just happened to say randomly, he said, you know what you've never done. He said, you've never, it could have meant anything, to be fair, but he said, you've never won a tournament, and I've been able to run onto the 18th green. And he just said it in passing comment, but I didn't really say anything. I don't think I said anything back to him, but I thought I'm going to keep that. I wrote it down when I got back. And I've had it in my mind. I know that there's events to come where we're playing at home, and obviously I'm lucky that my family gets to travel with me quite a lot. But it was something that I had wrote down. It was kind of his quote. It was, "You have never won, and I've ran onto the green." That was the quote that was there, and that was something that would drive me. And I knew that. One of the parts of getting to that is actually being in the final group after 54 holes. So I actually yesterday, even when I had that bad stretch, I was at the front of the 18th green. I needed an up and down to get into the final group. And I was very aware of that. And then I did that. And then, today I had a lot of motivation going. I try and keep my eyes off him when I'm playing. I try and focus on what I'm doing. But every now and again, I'd have a look, and I knew that was what I was kind of aiming for today. So that was a nice feeling on 18.